Hey, what's up guys? I wanted to go ahead and make another video real quick. I'm Grafton Roll and I'm representing the Chaos Gym, and this is going to be our deck profile on Budget Deck Typhlosion. So the first thing I want to say about this deck is that I did just call it a budget deck. That's because you can buy this whole deck for $29.40. That was just prices I looked online. They could have changed a little bit. Obviously, with my online list, I'm using a couple golden cards because I have them and why not. You don't have to use the golden or full art cards, so the price does come out to about $29.40. The Typhlosions are about $2.50 a piece, and everything else is pretty cheap. The rare candies are a couple of dollars. The supporters are always going to run you up a little bit, but that's the main point of this deck is how cheap it actually is. So let's go ahead and go into the list. I'll talk about it some. So Skarmory. This is the Call for Family Pokemon. Call for Family, a pretty well-known attack. You go search your deck for two basic Pokemon, put them on your bench. It's pretty simple. It's very good. It also has a nice second attack, a flow through, so you can hit like 60 damage in case you come up and you like do not enough damage with Typhlosion and you need to finish something off. So always good to have in the back pocket. Doesn't have free retreat, that would be nice. 100 HP, also not so good since you're playing level ball in the deck, but you're not really going to want to be searching these guys out. 100 HP, it's like not really enough to live and attack from anything, and it's just kind of an inconvenience, so. But overall, he's a pretty decent Pokemon, and the Culver family is really, really nice. Alright, so here's a Cyndaquil. Nothing really I need to go over this guy. He's just the basic of the Pokemon. Same with Quilava. Both their attacks not very good. If you're using either one of these attacks, you're probably losing the game. The main attacker of the deck. For anybody who doesn't know what this card does, you discard the top 5 cards of your deck, and for every energy you do 80 times. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, well, what if you don't discard any energies? You just waste an attack. You're correct. But the thing is that almost half of this deck is fire energy. There's 26 fire energies in this deck. So there's a pretty good chance that you're going to hit 2 of them, and that's kind of what you're banking on. 2 does 160, 3 does 240. You're basically killing anything in the game. So you want to hit 2, and then either come up with Skarmory and kill them, or just go ahead and hit the 3, hit them for the 240, kill them. Hopefully they can't kill you back, because he's 150 HP Pokemon. He's pretty bulky, right? High retreat, you're not really going to want to retreat. Weak to water, doesn't really matter that he's weak to anything. You're going to get one hit by most things, and the things that you don't want to hit, you're pretty much safe against. And Flare Destroy is his second attack. So, decent second attack, can come in handy. It's nice to be able to know that like you can take that last knockout without having to discard cards, because stacking out is a problem that can happen. Energy Recycler. This card is amazing if it works. The problem is with this deck is that you can never really count on any card working, because you can easily just discard them and then they go away. But when it does work, it's amazing. You have a 17 card deck, 8 of them are energies, you put 5 more in, now that's a 13 card deck. I mean 13 energies out of a, I think I said 18, so 23. Now over half of your deck is fire, unlike what it was before. So now you have a very high chance of killing them, hitting the 3 or the 2. Especially if you can get like 2 of them off. Level Ball, search out Cyndaquil, search out Quilavas. You really just need to get the basics down, and that's because the supporter line, we'll just skip these for right now, the supporter line is 2 Random Receiver, 2 Skyla, and 4 Teammates. So those are the only draw cards that you have in this entire deck. The main point of this deck is get Skarmory, get these 2 guys out, hopefully draw into a Typhlosion or a Candy. When he dies, Teammates into the other part and another Teammate. So say you have Rare Candy and a Teammates. You Teammates for Typhlosion and another Teammates. Candy Typhlosion, kill them, take some prizes. They kill you, play Teammates, Candy Typhlosion, and you keep that train going. You try to go as long as you can. You have 4 Teammates. You hopefully don't discard them with the Flare Destroys, even though that does happen quite often. So, these 2 cards, just to get these, sometimes you'll hit the Lysander, it'll be lame, but most of the time you can work your way out of it. 4 Rare Candy, because you need to be able to get the Typhlosions up. 1 Super Rod, in case you need to get Typhlosions back. Sometimes you discard them, and it is really, really bad. And also you can get Fires back with it. 3 Ultra Ball, same, just looking for Pokemon. 1 Lysander, in case they bring out something that you need to get rid of, or they put something down that you need to get rid of, and you just happen to draw into it. You have these two cards to search for it and drawing it itself. So your chances aren't too great, but when you actually hit it, it's pretty nice. Especially if they put down the Glaceon. This deck auto loses the Glaceon pretty much. You have to hit them a lot with Skarmory to kill it. And so just they put down the Glaceon and you just Lysander it up, or say you're on your last two prizes and they got it out late and you can Lysander around it. Beautiful. And then 26 fires. So like I said, the deck's pretty simple. I'll run through some matchups. So Scizor, you obviously beat it if you can get set up. Remember, this deck is about 1/5 of the time you're going to open up with like Cyndaquil, 5 energies, and like a candy, and you're probably going to lose that game. 1 out of 5 times most of the time. But all the other times you get set up, you're going to beat Scizor. You're most likely going to beat Mewtwo because neither one of those decks can recover that well from getting a Mega Pokemon knocked out. You're pretty much safe against all Mega decks because they don't like their Mega Pokemon getting one hit. That's the whole point of the Mega decks. Stage 1 decks, kind of dicey because you have to attack 5 to 6 times once a time. You can maybe get a Shaman or 2. But you're going to be attacking 5 to 6 times, so you're going to be discarding a lot of cards off of your deck, and that's not good. Random rogue stuff handles it pretty well. Kind of just run over things most of the time. That's kind of your game plan, is run them over. Rayquaza is a little hard because they can run you over first. You in that deck you need to like kill a Ray and then them not be able to kill you. But since you have no in and no stadium, it's kind of hard to prevent that. So Ray is a pretty rough matchup when it comes to like EX decks. But overall, this deck is really good, and for the price, it's honestly worth building, testing, having it in the back pocket. Because say like you're going to a tournament with Scizor, and all of a sudden everybody's playing Volcanion for some reason, just to be able to pull this deck out as a side piece is really nice. And you don't have to invest too much in it, so you can just kind of chill, you know? So I think that's pretty much all I really need to go over. Again, this deck is really, really simple. There's not much going on, and that's why it's so cheap. So if you guys have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Just contact me on Facebook or whatever. I'll continue to be streaming this deck over at the Chaos Gym on Twitch TV. Expect more videos on our YouTube channel at the Chaos Gym. Make sure to go follow our Facebook page. Or like our Facebook page so you can get updated when we bring out new stuff. And I just really want to say again, I really appreciate all the support we've been getting. We recently passed 300 subscribers on YouTube, and it means a lot. And there'll definitely be a lot of stuff going on. I got tomorrow 10:24, 9:24, not 10. We're not in October yet. 9:24. The plan is to do a 24-hour live stream. I'm going to try to start at 9 p.m. tomorrow and go till 9 p.m. the next day. Will I be able to make it? I certainly hope so. So, stay tuned for that. That should be fun. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, just feel free to contact me. And let me go ahead and say this real quick, getting back to the deck. I know one of the main questions is going to be, what would you do to make this deck unbudget? Replace Skarmories with Talonflames, run 4 of them. Talonflames are very expensive, but it's so good in this deck. Also play 1 Talonflame Break, because being able to hit them for 40 and then 160 the next turn is ridiculously strong. That card is awesome in this deck. When it comes to the trainers, there's not much you can do to change the deck. There's a lot of other Pokemon that you can tech in, and I would recommend trying a lot of different things. One thing you have to remember about this is it's energy cards you discarded. It's not basic energies. That's not basic fires. Have some fun with this deck. Try it your own way. It's very simple. The only thing that I can say is don't go under 25 fires. 25 energy. Because if you do and you're not playing something that recovers a lot of energies, you're going to find problems one-hitting things. But besides that, have some fun with it. Test it in different builds. Play DCEs in it. Play random other Pokemon, you know? Just have fun with it. Don't close any deck list that I make. Make any changes you want. This is how I prefer to run the deck, and this is a budget version. But this is how I would run the deck, not how you should run the deck. So really get in there and build it on your own. Don't just net deck a deck and go into a tournament. Really make sure that you're comfortable with it. Alright, and that's my little rant at the end. You guys have a lovely night. thank you so much for watching again. This has been Grafton with the Cows Gym. See you later.